Hi, I'm Veronica Vance. Coming up, we dive into the Michigan Sea Life Aquarium, get inspired at the Museum of African American History, and then we visit 3 unique exhibits at the Detroit Zoo. So stay tuned.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
I'm in Auburn Hills at the Great Lakes Crossing Outlets, but I'm not here to shop. I'm here to go on a journey under the sea at the Michigan Sea Life Aquarium. So I'm in front of the green screen and they're taking my picture up there. It's all populated with fish like I'm under the sea. This is how you kick off the tour. So you get your picture taken, you watch a video, and then you come into this and you're immediately immersed. Like, you hear the sounds of water. If you want to find out about something, you have these nice exhibits, little touch screens here. You find out what's swimming around. So the aquarium makes one big loop around, and it takes about 60 to 90 minutes to make it through. But what's really neat is along the way, they have all these little nooks and crannies, all these little caves, and all these fun things for you to crawl through, like this, and you can get totally immersed in it. And I'm looking, I heard there's a turtle in here, there's all the fish in here. Fun for big kids and little kids. And look at this, these are the seahorses. They're just beautiful creatures. And what's really interesting is that the males carry the babies. So if you want to get immersed on a larger scale, they've got this area called the shoaling ring, and they've got all these fish that just swim around naturally. They've got lobsters and crabs that are crawling around on the bottom. You just kind of sit here and be like you're inside of the aquarium.
We've got about 25 tanks in total.
Oh, okay.
One of our biggest, kind of our highlight is our 120,000 gallon ocean tank.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
really incredible. I mean, it has a 180-degree tunnel that you walk through. Right now we are standing in it's called our shark shipwreck. The tanks here are just gorgeous. The fish are bright and beautiful.
I like this, it magnifies the fish.
Yep,
This
it
one's
does.
up.
Yeah, we've got some lionfish in here.
And I see that there are interactive things throughout the place.
Yep. You know, absolutely. We've got all kinds of fun things for kids to do. When a kid comes in, we give them a little dive book. There's different stations where they can answer questions about,
Okay.
conservation or learning about the species.
Yeah.
Then they get a little stamp in their book. If they complete all the stamps, then they get a little prize at the end. So.
So this is another one of your themed areas that we're in now. What is this area?
Right, this is called our turtle shelter. What it is it's kind of a traveling exhibit for us. So it's just a way for us to keep it fresh and new for people, so our guests will enjoy something new when they come back. This is the tunnel that I was telling you about. It's pretty amazing.
How many different do you know?
Yeah, we have over 250 species. We have 3 different sharks right now. We have black tip reef sharks, black nose sharks, and then a bonnet head. Those are really cool because they kind of look like a baby hammerhead.
Oh, here he
Isn't
comes.
that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. We do. We have talks and feeds throughout the day as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's one of our southern rays. We have a couple of real big ones, and they'll actually get all the way to about 6 feet across when they're full grown. These are our jellies. Yeah, aren't they beautiful? The thing I love the most is they're so iridescent that we have these lights. You change the color of the light and it reflects on the jellyfish. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
it's kind of fun, yeah. And it's one last look into our big 120,000 gallon tank. And
Oh, I love
It's
it.
kind of got that nice feature of our sea goddess.
Oh, how artistic. I want to thank you so much for the tour, and I'm going to
It's
go
so great for you to come out here.
learn a little bit more
All
about
right,
some of
there's
the
so
fish.
many great things to learn. You're gonna love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, we have two species of stingray in this tank. Really interesting. So we have our cow-nose rays, which are these ones, and they're called cow-nose rays because of the shape of their face. Looks a bit like a cow's nose. My favourite ones are the southern stingrays, so these bigger guys down here. These actually get to 6 foot in width when they're fully grown. We also have a really cool green moray eel in here. Make sure you wave to him and say hi. We also have our black-tip reef sharks in here. There's 2 juveniles that are swimming around in here. And sharks are a really important animal for us for our Breed Rescue Protect program.
And this is the area where we get to touch everything, right?
Yeah, this is our interactive touch pool. So the great thing about here is the whole family can get really hands-on and learn some really cool facts. This is our chocolate chip sea star, and you can see where he gets his name from. So he looks kind of like a cookie. So kids and adults can learn about how they eat.
This one is just breathtaking. It's beautiful.
They come in all shapes and sizes. You can get sunflower stars that actually get, kind of like about 4 foot high. They're really, really big. These guys are awesome, and they're kind of like sea stars in that they have loads of little bits to use for locomotion. So if I take them out, you can start to see all his little arms there moving
they're
around.
starting to move. Yeah.
And so this is what they use to move along. Yeah, so you can touch him. This tank is one of my favourite displays. This kind of animals you'd find like in a harbour area, like resting in the kelp or under piers and stuff like that. The triggerfish in here, he's definitely got a personality. And when you have food, he'll like lean over and you can tickle the side of him. So yeah, he gets used to coming up and again wants some more food.
So what area is this? What kind of fish are in here?
These are some of my favourite fish. These ones here are called jackknives, and they're really cool shape and really different. So this is all tropical marine fish, so like warm, salty water. The other cool thing we have in here is our baby stingrays. These were actually born here at Sea Life Michigan. Like most of the rays, you can see this one's just foraging around for food. There's actually 4 in here.
So you start your tour with a video and you end with a video too, correct?
Correct. So one of the big focuses for Sea Life as a whole is Breed Rescue Protect. So we have characters to go with these. We have Mia, our seahorse, Tyler, our turtle, and Magnus, our shark. You can learn all about the breeding projects we do, the turtles that we rescue, and how to protect things like sharks and the environment as a whole.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You've
So nice
taught
to
me
meet
so
you.
much. Yes, thank you.
We loved it. This is our second time today. Through the whole day.
Oh my,
We've been here
really?
twice today, yes.
What do you guys, was that your favorite, seeing the sharks?
Seeing the sharks?
We got 3 under 3, and the adults are having just as much fun as the kids.
Yeah, that's right. A lot
Yeah,
of
this
things.
is the place to be.
All right, well thank
We
you.
love it, don't we?
And when you're done, you're not done because they've got this great play zone area here that you kids can just dive right into.
We loved it. We've come here twice already now, and
Yeah.
we absolutely love it. The fish, everything.
We came yesterday while you were at work. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
our 3rd time.
What goes on when you're at work? They're at the aquarium. And
Yeah.
so your kids, how are your kids liking it?
Oh, we love it. Every day we seem to find something different that we didn't see before. Today
Yeah.
we found the octopus, and we absolutely love it. I'm so glad we got the year membership, and we're going to be here so many more times.
Well, you can't get out of here without doing a little shopping. I'm going to take Magnus home. He's their mascot. And this is also where you can pick up the pictures that you had taken at the beginning of your trip here. And it's just a great place to take home some wonderful memories of your time at the Michigan Sea Life Aquarium. Say bye. We're getting ready for the parade!
A lot of characters up and down Gratiot. You get in and out, park where you want.
We love it.
You see vehicles you just don't see anywhere else.
You know, it's like another zoo. It's filled with exotic things.
I love the people, I love the cars, I love the excitement.
I could spend days here.
I'm at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, which is the world's largest institution dedicated to the African American experience. And when you come in up the steps, you're greeted by this magnificent rotunda behind me, which creates this really unique acoustic, echoey sound. From there, you go on up the steps to their permanent exhibit, And Still We Rise, which is a journey through the African American experience of culture and history that spans all the way from the slave trade days on through the current 21st century. They also have an extremely large temporary exhibit that rotates throughout the year, probably about 3 or 4 different per year. But we are here to see their latest permanent exhibit, Inspiring Minds, which challenges everyone to come up with their own great invention.
It really is for all ages.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of things in here for small children that we don't have in other areas of the museum. We have a lot of things that you can touch, which is awesome because in a history museum, there's often not a lot of things you can touch and engage with. And so the space is really designed to learn history, to learn science, but also to engage and play. The highlight of the exhibition space is the multimedia touch wall. What we're looking at here is the African American timeline, and there are 2 components to the timeline. The first one is the top bar, which gives some facts about African American history through the years, and so this is what's happening in 1968.
Right.
It's designed to give some context because the stars are actually about specific African American scientists and inventors.
Oh.
And so the idea is that when you're learning about the scientists and inventors, and you don't know what was happening in 1967, you can look at the timeline at the top to get some kind of context about what was going on in American history and world history that was important. And so we can go from the African American timeline to another content area on marine life.
Wow.
And the bubbles are all touchable.
Oh,
And so
neat.
when a child comes up and they touch one of the bubbles, you get a fact about the ocean. It might be about the ancient ocean, it might be about the ocean now. And within each of the bubbles, there's actually an activity that a child can do. So this is a puzzle. Some of them are quiz questions, some of them are matching up, you know, a fish or something that is in the ocean.
So Jennifer, I would also think this would be really good for school groups to come in and utilize this space.
It is. We have a lot of school groups that come in, and when they get here, we have an educator that's in the space that shows them how the room operates, and then they go and do a workshop that
kind of gets their creative juices flowing.
Yeah, it kind of hits at another angle. So they get to do something with their hands, they get to create something, express themselves in a way. And so we actually have a lot of different workshops that a school can pick from.
What do you think about this whole big screen thing here?
I think it's good because we get to like learn about the stuff that we really didn't know. So I learned about, like, I didn't even know who this was. So I'm just reading it and I'm finding out who this is.
And isn't it inspiring you to want to do something inventive?
Yes.
All right, high five to that.
This vignette's on African Americans in aviation. And so here we have a NASA spacesuit, which is very popular amongst young kids. They like to see pictures in front of it. And so this vignette focuses on from the beginning of African Americans flying planes, all the way up into them being a part of NASA.
A lot of cool things in there, but the spacesuit is definitely one of the most impressive.
Yeah. It's like a picture perfect moment.
Yeah.
You get your dad over there snapping shots.
Yeah.
And then this big, bright, bold wall of inventors.
Yes.
How cool. What is this thing right here?
This is a gas mask designed by Garrett Morgan. It's one of the prototypes that we have at the Wright Museum, as well as the stoplight there, the traffic light.
So this is to inspire the young girls.
It is. It's to focus some on African American women in science. And so we focus on 5 different African American women that spans a large amount of time. And so there's some information in the touchscreen about the women.
What's going on in here?
This room is what we call a research room.
Okay.
And we call it the research room because of the database touchscreen, which is here. And the database touchscreen is where we have all of the scientists and inventors throughout the entire Inspiring Minds exhibition in one place. We also have a lot of science content within the space, which is on this wall and that wall. And so it's a little bit more serious.
So we've got another room here off of it, and this is, oh wow, look at a lot more interactive things in here. I bet the little kids like this area.
Absolutely. So this space really appeals to kindergarten through third age grade students. And it focuses on George Washington Carver's life, but also has a focus on nutrition, eating healthy, and so we have the fake fruits and vegetables. We talk a lot about serving size.
And all the different things made from peanuts.
Absolutely, yes. And we tend to think of only peanut butter, but there's a lot of things that George Washington Carver did with peanuts and soybeans and sweet potatoes. This is our contemporary scientist kiosk. So we can touch screen. When you start it, there's an intro video. And this is where we highlight some of the scientists that are currently working in science, in technology, engineering, and math.
Well, hey Jennifer, thank you so much. I'm going to take a look around at some of these other vignettes that we didn't get to touch on.
Absolutely, and make sure that you leave a remark at the video recording station. We always watch those. It's very exciting getting feedback from people about the Wright Museum in general and Inspiring Minds.
I'll make my
thank
way
you very
there.
much.
All right, thanks Jennifer. Okay, let's take a peek behind the door of Dr. Ben Carson. Now, he's actually from Detroit. He's now a neurosurgeon at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, who's one of the history makers. Well, there's so many little neat nooks and crannies if you look around. Like here, they've got the plasma globe. These are so much fun. So a third feature of these screens is the A is for Africa exhibit, where they have these different letter blocks coming up, and again, some more information. This kind of ties in with the whole Africa, the exhibit we've got around the lower rotunda. They've got blocks, things to do, big puzzles. They also have this cozy, snuggly reading corner. You can grab a kid's book from up there, grab a stuffed animal. Of course, I don't have my kids with me, but how much fun. You can cuddle up here on the pillows and read a good book. So back in this little corner alcove, you can come back here and make a video to share your thoughts on this touch screen here. You just say you want to tell us about your thing, record your video. Very cool exhibit, definitely worth coming to. Lots of great hands-on stuff for the kids to enjoy and the adults too. Let's see. I just did it. How easy is that? How fun. And then you can play back, see how you did. Oh, here we go. Very cool exhibit, definitely worth coming to. Lots of great hands-on stuff for the kids to enjoy and the adults too. I've made part of history here at the African American Museum. Well, the Inspiring Minds exhibit at the Charles H. Wright Museum is a lot of fun, and as you've seen, there are lots of hands-on things to bring the little ones to. And if you're feeling especially challenged, all of these red blocks under here are actually pieces to a puzzle. They create this map of Africa, and I think I'm going to stick around and do it. I'll see ya, I don't know, maybe tomorrow? Let's see. Where do I begin? There are plenty of things to see and do in Metro Detroit this month, and our calendar of events is up next to point you in the right direction. Hydroplanes race along the Detroit River for the Gold Cup, then enjoy the beautiful scenery and the classic cars cruising Heinz. Have fun at the oldest state fair in the United States, and downtown Royal Oak transforms into Ford Arts, Beats, and Eats. The silky sounds of the Jazz Fest heat up Hart Plaza, while downtown Hamtramck celebrates Labor Day. To learn of any changes, log on to visitdetroit.com or call 1-800-DETROIT. So check this out. If you haven't been to the Detroit Zoo in a while, we've got 3 great reasons to come visit. A good old-fashioned carousel ride, a brand new lion exhibit, and the Sphere of Science. So Ron, you've got some really neat new exhibits here at the zoo. For instance, the carousel. It's so neat, and it's all hand-carved, I understand.
Yes, it's wood hand-carved. This is a very unique carousel. There's also brass, and it's lit up at night, really fabulous. We went a different route than most people do. We've got praying mantis, and we've got poison dart frogs. We have something called a cassowary, which is a very mysterious Australian bird, huge bird like an ostrich. So it's all a bunch of different animals and really a piece of art.
Again, all hand-painted. This is very unique.
Yeah, can you imagine carving a praying mantis, especially this big, And then all of this incredible painting.
Now, how many artists worked on this?
Well, there are quite a few,
Yeah.
and we met them over the course of the year that they were carving.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, everybody's loved it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then there's, what 33 different
Right.
animals, so
Right.
kids have tons of choices.
Lots of choice. Some of them are really big, some of them are smaller so that they don't scare kids. Just puts a smile on everyone's face.
And so it's going to be open, April through October. That's
Right.
the plan, right?
Right. Yeah, a little bit tough to do it in the winter.
Yeah.
This will also be available in the evenings for special events.
Okay. And then is this included with admission, or there's
No,
a
this is a $2 charge for the carousel.
That's not bad.
No?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the new carousel ride
It
here?
was wonderful. It's absolutely fantastic to see it here at the Detroit Zoo.
We loved it. The girls had a really good time and a lot of different animals to choose from. The new lion exhibit, you can get really close.
You can get really,
amazing.
oh my goodness, yes. She's not necessarily happy about that. They're getting used to being so close to people.
Yeah.
But before we had a big moat here,
Right.
and put in this glass wall, which is 17 feet tall.
So how are they adjusting to the wall?
Well, great. I mean, you know, when they first came out, they took a look and sort of surveyed the area and wondered whether, you know, they had any opportunities, and they don't. So, but they've been doing fine. It just, they're getting used to, just as we're getting used to being close to them, they're
Right.
getting used to being close to people.
Yeah, I'd imagine the response from the public is pretty neat to be so close
yeah.
and personal to the lions.
People get very excited.
Yeah.
Now, what you're seeing is she's actually on a heated rock. It's not on right now, but in the wintertime, there are some special areas here which are kind of warming spots for them. And then they have this great, wonderful carpet, basically, which is the lawn out there, and they have a pretty good life.
Yeah, they've got.
And they
got
do
made
what
in the
lions
shade.
do in the wild, which is spend 90% of their time resting, and every now and then they get up and eat and drink.
It's great, and the lions seem to really enjoy it. They're out and really active today, which is always good when we bring the little ones.
Yeah, so he really seemed to be enjoying it too. Did you like being up close to the lions?
Do you like the lions, Wade?
Yeah.
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 I'm Mufasa.
Oh, just like Mufasa.
Oh.
Simba.
This is science on a sphere. So if we were about 1,000 miles in space looking at Earth, we would see what's here, and it is a visual representation of Earth. We have several hundred different types of programs that show what's going on in the environment, which of course connects us to the animals here and the exotic places that they come from. And now let's turn it upside down and we'll show you the North. Here's the North Pole right here. Quick beginning of another program. This is also about, no, this is actually about climate
Okay.
and water and how they interact.
Oh, wow.
But you can see this is really incredible technology. There are 4 projectors projecting onto a sphere. The sphere is not moving. And then the computer bends the light so it fits properly and is seamless.
It feels like it's moving.
Yeah. Here you see the comparison between Earth and Mars and Venus and the Moon. And it's really, yeah, the possibilities are amazing. There's only one other zoo, and that's the National Zoo that has this. And then there are a number of science centers here and in other countries that have it. So we're all part of a network trying to make science a little more understandable.
Well, Ron, lots of great reasons to come visit the zoo again, which brings up a point that a lot of people sort of think of it as a summer attraction, but I want to know what makes it a destination during other seasons?
Well, not surprisingly, this place is all about nature, and nature is spectacular all year long. But you know, when you come here in the fall and the winter and the spring, it's different. Everything is different. The seasons change, the animals change. You know, you come here after a fresh snowfall, and you're likely to see the tigers playing in the snow, and you'll see wolverines doing snow angels, and the snow monkeys will be in their hot tub. You know, we should probably serve them drinks when they're in there. It's just, they have so much fun. And then, of course, you know, in the fall and the spring, this is so beautiful. There's so many gardens here, and the animals tend to be more active when it's cooler.
They do?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of great reasons to come to the zoo any time of year, and I want to say thanks so much, Ron.
Thank you for being here.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Veronica Vance. And remember, if you would like more information on any of the places we visited, log on to visitdetroit.com. So, until I see you next time, go out and explore on your own and discover the D.
To learn about discounts and special offers for featured attractions, plus how to get copies of Visit Detroit magazine, click on visitdetroit.com.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
Hang on, I gotta figure out how to turn it. Always something happening here. You never know what. Hang on. Oh, how's that? Is that better? Keep watching it. Thank you.
Does that happen often?
No, never.
What I want to do, even to get more direct.